Hey kid, have you done any of the following today? Chilled out, kicked back, hung around, chillaxed? Or maybe today was a busy day, so you put your nose to the grindstone, aced your test, and slayed the homework monster. Nice. But here's the thing. Most of the words I just used to describe what you were doing don't mean what they say.
Huh?
For instance, I'm pretty sure none of you are actually chilling like an ice cube in the freezer.
So cold.
And I seriously doubt any of you were literally putting your nose against a grindstone.
Ow!
Who even owns a grindstone? And while you may have done your homework or completed an assignment, you certainly didn't pull out a sword and slay a homework monster. But homework sure would be more fun if you could. And it's certainly more fun to say. Which is why humans adapted fun, colorful ways of speaking. And we call that slang. But where did slang come from? Why do so many of us use it? And how are you able to decipher the meaning of new slang terms? It's time to chillax to another whiff of science on
Who smarted? Who's smarted? Who's smart? Is it you? Is it me? Is it science or history? Listen up, everyone. We make smarting lots of fun on Who Smarted.
Hello, Smarty listeners. This message goes out to all the teachers, principals, teachers' assistants, and school librarians. First of all, thank you for all you do as educators. To show our gratitude for all your hard work, long hours, and dedication to teaching, we are now offering free Who Smarted Plus subscriptions for all educators. That's right. You can now play Who Smarted without any ads or interruptions in your classroom to help make learning fun and keep the smarting going during break times, lunch times, or anytime. Who Smarted can even be used to satisfy some common core curriculum or as part of assignments or lessons. If you are an educator, just go to whosmarted.com and click Educators. And Smarty Pants and Smarty Parents, please feel free to let your teachers know about this. Again, that's whosmarted.com. Click Educators for free subscriptions to Who Smarted Plus. Let's all get smarted together. Pretend for a moment you're an alien from another planet. Let's call you... Today, you're observing a 4th grade class. Pay close attention to any slang words or phrases that you hear and count them on your fingers. Ready? Go.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mrs. Hogan.
I'll be passing back the quiz you took yesterday. Wait, excuse me? Who are you? What's your name?
Uh-oh, I think she's talking to you. Do you remember your name? Quick, say it.
Interesting name. Okay, Katie, here's your quiz. Good job.
Ooh, nailed it.
Well done, Bobby.
Sweet! I'm on fire!
Val, this wasn't your best work.
I don't know what happened. I studied my brains out.
Whoa. Did you catch all the slang words and phrases being used? There were 4 of them. Did you get them all? Now, if you were an alien who only knew the English language based on what you had read in a dictionary, you'd probably be pretty confused right now. Especially when you heard,
Ooh, nailed it.
Does that mean she took a hammer and pounded a nail into her quiz? Or what about when Bobby said,
Sweet! I'm on fire!
You'd probably be running to get a fire extinguisher or call the fire department. Don't worry, Bobby isn't literally on fire. Also, his quiz wasn't sweetly delicious. And then there's Val.
I don't know what happened. I studied my brains out.
Thankfully, her brains are still inside her head. But she did do poorly on the quiz, despite the fact that she studied hard. Or so she says.
Fine, I probably could have studied more.
So how many of these expressions did you know? Are they ones you've used yourself? And how do new expressions enter the common language you use? Let's start with a simple one. Okay. No, that's it. Okay.
Huh?
Entered into the English language in 1839. The word okay means undisturbed, content, fine, but not great. As in, how you doing, Val?
Okay.
Now, one thing you should know, Smarty Pants, is that not all words were invented at once. Language is constantly evolving. Some words fall out of favor and stop being used.
Like dabbing?
Yes, like dabbing. And other new words or phrases become popular or come out of nowhere. Take okay, for example.
Okay.
Okay was being used so frequently in the 1830s, even by the President of the United States, Martin Van Buren,
Okay.
that it was officially accepted as part of the English language. It's also the English word that is most often adopted by other languages.
Okay.
But what you can't learn in a dictionary are the words and phrases that take on new meanings over time. I'm talking about slang, and it's actually a really important part of every language. What about you, my alien friend? Do you sometimes use words in a way that is different than what they actually mean?
I mean, I do it all the time.
And do you know what that kind of communication is called?
I should have studied harder.
It means you're communicating figuratively rather than literally. The literal definition is what's in the dictionary. But the figurative definition can be whatever society decides it is. That's why if something good happens, you can say,
Sweet.
but you're not talking about taste. But since most people like things that are sweet, if something's good, it can also be sweet. And if you do something perfectly, you can say,
Nailed it.
just like a hammer has to perfectly hit a nail to get it to go in straight.
But where do I find those definitions?
Well, that's the thing about slang. It's ever-changing. As soon as you write down this year's sweetest words, they've already been replaced by others.
That's cray-cray.
Which is slang for, that's right, crazy. The best ways to determine the meaning of a slang word is to listen for other words it sounds like. Cray, crazy. And to pay attention to the context, how the word was used, in order to figure out the new word's meaning.
Sweet.
Quick question. What's up? And that goes to you, our alien observer, as well. What's up? You probably thought, not much, or just chillin', or listening to Who Smarted.
Who smarted?
But if you think about it, I didn't ask how you're doing or what are you doing. I asked, what's up? And you could have said the sky or the ceiling, but nobody does that.
My dad does.
Instead, you recognized a common phrase and responded appropriately.
So, what's up is also slang?
Not anymore. What's up has become an idiom. Idioms are phrases that have been around so long and are so widely adopted that everyone knows what they mean. Unless you're an alien. No offense. Slang, on the other hand, is so new that it hasn't quite reached all corners of society.
I'm confused.
Think of it this way. At some point, all languages start using words in new ways that aren't completely literal. But all those non-literal phrases have to start somewhere. And I'll give you a hint, it's not in the dictionary. So, where do new words and phrases come from? What about you, Smarty Pants? Where do you think the best slang words and phrases come from? Here's a hint. They can be found in a classroom. Did you say your teacher? If so,
That's cray.
no, definitely not your teacher. But who else is in the classroom? Did you say kids? Young people are responsible for inventing and spreading slang as a way to create their own cool lingo, or kid code.
Sweet.
But hang on, there's another way to make new words go viral that's even more powerful than kids. Any ideas? I'll give you a hint. It's the reason you're able to hear me talking to you now. To find out where slang comes from and where it's headed in the future, stick around. Hey there, smarty listeners. Who Smarted is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform that empowers you to create your online presence or launch your passion project. I am in love with their new Squarespace Blueprint AI and SEO tools. They make designing a personalized, professional-looking site so easy, and it makes it easy for the search engines to find your site. Plus, if you're launching a commerce site, their built-in buy now, pay later options make it even easier for your customers to go ka-ching. And their AI-powered content creation tool is like a helper that creates text for your site that matches your brand's tone and style, making it even easier and faster to showcase your portfolio, start a blog, or sell products. Ready to build your dream website? Head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/smarted to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. This message is sponsored by Greenlight. As a creator of education for kids and families, I'm always looking for fun ways to teach kids life skills, whether those kids are in my family or my Smarty family. That's why I recommend Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, kids learn to save, invest, and spend wisely, while parents can monitor their money habits. The Infinity Plan offers even more, including family location sharing, SOS alerts, and crash detection for young drivers. With school starting again, I love the chores feature, which helps kids get into their fall routine by rewarding them for completing household responsibilities. Whether you're teaching financial literacy or ensuring your family's safety, Greenlight is the easy way for parents to raise financially smart kids. Ready to empower your family? Sign up for Greenlight today and get your first month free when you go to greenlight.com/smarted. That's greenlight.com/smarted to try Greenlight for free. Now back to Who Smarted. So, what's the main way cool new slang words appear?
I don't know.
Well, like I said, it's the same reason you're able to listen to this podcast right now.
Who smarted?
Technology. Technology at any stage in history majorly influences the language people use. Think of all the different terms that popped up because of computers, like surfing the web, going viral, spam, and hundreds more. But the influence goes way beyond computers. Because of telephones, we say, hold the phone or phoning it in. Because of cars, we say, shifting gears or stay in your lane, or refer to life in the fast lane.
My dad loves that song.
Of course, technology is more than just an influence. It's also the way we share slang. But how did slang spread before telephones or online? Historians say salespeople were responsible for a lot of slang terms. Salespeople? Yep. Can you guess why? Was it A, because they considered themselves trendsetters? B, they traveled from region to region? C, they used code words to communicate with one another? Or D, they needed cool names for the gadgets and doodads they were selling?
You mean merch?
Yes, merch. But that's not the right answer. The answer is B. Traveling from region to region let salespeople spread slang. Don't believe me? Listen.
Excuse me, ma'am. I've got some great merchandise here. Very easy to use.
No thanks.
Sir, my new merchandise is totally easy to use.
Oh, no, thank you.
Hi. Want to check out my new merch?
Merch?
Merchandise. It's totes easy to use.
Totes?
Totally.
Sounds interesting. How much?
Slang is often a way to be efficient, like shortening merchandise to merch. Of course, not only does slang need to take off and be picked up and spread widely, it also needs to be understood by society as a whole.
But didn't you say once slang is recognized by everyone, it's no longer slang?
Yes, slang is meant to be an exclusive form of communicating. Once everyone starts doing it, like your teacher,
Who's ready to raise the roof with some fractions?
it's time to come up with something new to replace it. Why? Because once a term becomes mainstream, it's no longer what? What is it no longer? It has to do with one of the slangiest slang words of the century. Parents use this word, your grandparents use this word, and you use it to mean something that's sweet, awesome, and not lame at all. What word do you think it is? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cool!
Yep, cool has been the coolest slang term of the last 3 generations. And it's the reason why slang is slang at all. Slang only succeeds because enough people deem it cool. Some slang is short-lived, including some other words people come up with to mean cool.
Groovy.
Not cool.
Tubular.
Not cool.
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 Cool has stood the test of time, whereas other slang words come and go based on a particular moment in time. Like when texting first started and everybody said,
LOL.
as technology evolves, so does language and slang. Isn't that right, smarty pants?
Hey, that's slang, isn't it? My pants aren't smart.
Nope, but the girl wearing them is. Good job, Val.
Nailed it.
A big shout out to superfan Anna in Indiana, whose family wrote in to say they've been listening to Who Smarted since our very first episode. As a homeschool family, they love learning fun facts and sharing them with friends and family. Last but not least, they think the trusty narrator is hilarious. Aw, you guys are the best. We're so glad your family is part of our Smarty family. Oh, and we love your idea about doing episodes on the States. This episode's Slang was written by Jenna Hoban and voiced by Jenna Hoban, Imogen Williams, Sheffield Chastain, Gia Davis, Max Kamaski, Adam Tex Davis, Jason Williams, and Jerry Colbert. Technical direction and sound design by Josh Hahn. Who Smarted is recorded and mixed at the Relic Room Studios. Our associate producer is Max Kamaski. The theme song is by Brian Suarez, with lyrics written and performed by Adam Tex Davis. Who Smarted was created and produced by Adam Tex Davis and Jerry Colbert. This is an Atomic Entertainment production.